welcome. I hope you enjoyed the conference till now, and now for the next 15 minutes, myself as well as my colleague Anne.
Yeah, I'm doing marketing communication for IFS, and I will present together with Stephan the IFS app.
And before we start, there are two stereotypes that we maybe should not touch, but I do it right now. One is Apple and Android user, it not really works together. I'm Apple.
I'm Android, that's why I'm here.
And of course, men and women, and really often women, what do you say? What do you say?
Yeah, can do multitasking.
That is the reason why she will hold the Google Pixel. And yeah, let's start with the app. And
yeah, as you can see here, that is our IFS app, although the connection is not really clear. So it's the IFS Auditmanager. And I will start with you one of your daily businesses. So you come into the company and you make the daily site inspection. You open the IFS app because you have a finding. You see that painting is peeling off a wall cluster. So it is, as you would usually do, you take a note of it. You say, okay, you note I had a finding. Painting was peeling off the wall. And what you do now with the IFS app, you can take a picture. So now I will make a picture. As you can see, that's not the wall which is paint peeling off. And you say, okay, add it to this notification. Save. And now, with just one click, you can send this note to one of your colleagues, to the maintenance department. Say, okay, I would like to send it to Stephan, he's responsible for cleaning up. So, okay, if you're a nice guy, you write something, Stephan, please, hurry up. Or whatever else, you can add whatever needed, please clean up. And send it to your colleague. That was all.
But I think that's not all of the story. Immediate action is once, but to solve the problem in a good way is the other one. And then for that, our IFS has given you the opportunity not only to write a note, no, you can also generate a task and invite colleagues and give appointments and dates when they have to solve finally the problem. And maybe you show them too.
So you define the deadlines, you say, okay, that's something urgent, because it's destroying your daily business trip. So you say, okay, we have 1 week to clean everything up. As I said, Stephan and Bruno, in our case, are responsible for that. We add both. And then you can add drivers.
One moment, sorry to jump in. Until right now, you can use the app, doesn't matter if you're IFS certified, BSc, SQF, FSSC, doesn't matter. But of course, if you use IFS, then you have a nice additional feature. And
you can add a requirement, you can say, okay, that finding affected one of my requirements for the internal audit, and you say, the experts for IFS probably already know it's 4.9, I learned. Yeah, it's walls. So I just make a tick on and say, okay, all wall requirements are affected, and I add it to this task. And then I can save it or save it directly in my calendar. Save to calendar.
And that is a big advantage. It's not just the app. The app works with your calendar and your mobile. It doesn't matter if it's Outlook or something different. And I think that is one of the most useful features of the app. It doesn't matter what kind of smartphone. It doesn't matter if you're Apple or Android user. It is always connected with your iOS or with your Android system on your mobile. And it is connected automatically with your Outlook and your Outlook calendar. And that is really a great feature.
And especially for consultants and quality managers of big companies, it's important that you can automatically see which site was affected. So in the calendar is not only the finding, it is relevant for site. In our case, it's food producer, but of course it could be Berlin, Tokyo, wherever your site is. And then you save it and you store in your calendar. You see I'm quite busy with some tasks. And finish it. Here it is.
And to work with notes, to send emails, to generate tasks, are really useful features. But this app can more. And the next few minutes I would like to show you what you can do in addition. And if you see this little task here, with Audit, with the organizer, with some documents, the note and the settings. And then we go to the Audit, please, and make a tick on New Audit. Right now we have implemented 2 checklists. One is for full IFS food, and the other one is for the IFS Global Markets Food Program. And in the near future you will see IFS Logistics as well as IFS Global Markets Logistics. And also we will add then IFS Pack Secure, our packaging scheme. Could you go back please? So, and if you take a look on the documents, for example, we provide with this app also additional documents which you can read, which you can take with you with your mobile and so on. And if you go to the documents, you will see, for example, we have included our IFS FISMA brochure, or our brochure how official authorities can work together with private schemes, how they can implement certificates in the official risk management, or documents about scoring and so on. So a lot of additional information about IFS.
And as usual, in up to 5 languages.
Or, oops, we have also implemented, could you back to the notes please? And glossary. And that is what Anne can explain you.
So here you find the most relevant expressions which IFS is using in standard or general for the food safety area. And you can have a look what is, for example, end consumer, how it's defined, food fraud, really relevant topic, and you get a clear definition. Here it's not clear, but it's clearly expressed what food fraud is.
And the same for CCPs, the same for allergen management. It doesn't matter if Europe or US or other regions. So a lot of useful definitions for your daily work. And could you go back to the audit file, please? So here on this screen you can see it's one step back, please. So it's an IFS 6. You can see the action points because this is kind of app. You not only can do an internal audit. You can also define your corrective action points. You can use the organizer to follow up, to avoid colleagues. Same for an internal audit. You don't do an internal audit in 1 or 2 days. No, you do an internal audit over the whole year. And one time you do the internal audit in the purchase department with the organizer. You can invite the responsible colleagues from the purchasing that, come on, next August we will do the internal audit on the purchase department. So everyone get it with a task and their calendar is invited, knows their appointment, will get an alert before. Really simple. Same with storage area, same with production area. You can really schedule your whole internal audit over a whole year and do it step by step, invite the responsible colleagues so nobody can forget it any longer.
And you can import and export a report, as you can see here, as a PDF file or an Excel and CS file to send it to your colleagues or to your certification body for preparation.
And the best one, it's not just in English, it's not just in German. In the IFS Food, we have right now 8 languages: English, German, Spanish, French, Italian, Dutch, Polish, Portuguese. The global markets is translated right now in English, in German, in Spanish and Portuguese, and Italian and French will follow soon.
So, but coming back to the note, what else can you do if you have a finding? We are of course expecting that you think about this finding again in your next internal audit. So what is possible to do? You can add this finding to your next internal audit, add it again to your requirement, as said before, 4.9. Afterwards everyone will know 4.9 in words. So 4.92. and just say, okay, I would like to append it or replace information which was stored before, and this is stored there.
And so you have the objective evidence. It doesn't matter when you found it. Later on in an internal audit, you can upload it in a report with a picture and say, colleague, show. I found it several months ago. What have you done since this time? Have you solved it, have you not, and so on. It's a typical objective in an internal audit, isn't it? So this app is really, we hope that we solve a bit from your perspective from daily business. But we have some more features here. And that brings me plans, for example. You can also create your own corrective action plans. Glossary. And finally, and that is brand new, on every new IFS certificate you will see a QR code. And this is QR code. You can check immediately, is this certificate really valid? Is it really in the IFS database or not? And the only thing that you need is a QR code reader. And we have implemented one in our app.
Hopefully internet connection is good enough, because then you can see that that is a valid certificate.
So it takes a bit time, but with the QR code reader you get a direct connection in our database, and the database checks the QR code, is it valid or not, and provides you some basic information. So now I hope that the WLAN, the wireless LAN really works.
Many people downloading the app now.
It's a live demo. It gives me a bit time for some additional information. Hey.
Yeah, it's still searching.
I think you should scan it again, and if you would like to learn more, or if you would like to download the app, we have this small card with the QR codes. The basic version without camera function, without mail function is free of charge, so you can download it, test it, and you don't have to pay for it. The Pro version that we here demonstrated is just one time €20 or $20. Or if you would like to work with a cloud version, with synchronize your mobile with your tablet, it's $10 or €10 a month. And it doesn't work, I'm sorry, it's the WLAN connection, but if you come later to our booth, we can demonstrate it really works. And to explain it also not only digital, no, really old-fashioned on paper, we have also developed this kind of small brochures with the most important features of the app, so you can also really read, think, oh, interesting, and then afterwards you can download the app and test it and so on.
And the brochure is available in different languages, so you can read it in the language you prefer to read.
That's from our side. Do you have to add anything?
Yeah, that was fine.
Yeah,
with Android.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming, and if you would like to learn more about the app, please come and visit us.